What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Question. You ever noticed how when there's a person in your life that they kind of know something, they have an area of expertise about something, and you may not have it where they have it yet, but you're participating in the same field, and as time goes on and you start to become a little more knowledgeable of it, that person seems like they start to get upset or they start to uh, change and look at you differently when you start to grow in knowledge, as opposed to them looking at you like, okay, my boy's learning, he getting it together, he coming into his own, and she coming into her own. They seem to be resentful of your acquisition of knowledge and wisdom about a particular thing. You got to be very careful with those types of people because they suffer from an insecurity and that has placed them in a mindset where at the time when they knew what you didn't know, it gave them a sense of power and control over you. And we see it a lot in all fields of life. All fields of life. You can get a new job. And when you come on the job, you just as green as you can be. You don't really know what's going on. And there's a guy who's been there for a while and he's training you and showing you the ropes. And sometimes when they show you the ropes, they're real cocky. Yeah, man, you got to do this. You make sure that when you twist this knob, that it makes that's at this level. And they always got a handle on it. But as time progresses and they start to see you getting a hold of it, they feel nervous and threatened because they feel like you may surpass them. Now, in other cases, you have moments where people are intentionally setting out to trick you and deceive you and to use you and manipulate you. So they don't want you to become wise. And I can like kind of relate to that in the music business, where you may have somebody that's a record label owner, a so-called CEO, whatever the case might be, and they can present contracts and paperwork to you that you don't have knowledge of or that you're just excited to sign because you're brand new in the game. But then as time goes on and you start to understand the terminology, you start to understand the inner workings of the game, then you start to ask questions. And the one thing that a person who's trying to deceive you does not like, they do not like when the person that they are deceiving starts to ask questions, because that gives them their first clue of knowing that, okay, he's starting to get hip to what I'm doing. So as you start to acquire a knowledge of the business, whatever the case it is, then they become threatened. So do your best to learn as much as you can coming in before you get involved in something. And if you don't, then just continue to do your best to learn while you're in it, but be aware of those who are not happy when you're growing in knowledge. It happens in all fields, man. It happens in schooling. It happens in ministry. Anytime you start to ascend, the person who was on that level above you, if their heart is not in the right place, they have envy. So be careful of that, man. It's your big brother, K-Rino, man. Leave your comments down below. Peace and love, man. All right.